Well, I believe last time we left off, you guys decided to, as your second quest, go off go off on an adventure, if I can speak English, um, and see if you can find some as of yet unsearched through ruins.
Right.
Upon
Which
finding
one?
the one that you found very easily and figured that someone had already gone through it by now, you decide to venture off further into the desert, and by happenstance, both the sorceress and or rather the wizard and the barbarian just felt like they're completely honed in and I had a clue. And sure enough,
Right.
after venturing a bit further out, like for a half a day, you finally do find a doorway into a now buried ruin, which is mostly just sand mound, which is possibly far enough away and possibly just the right enough angle that no one would have seen it by now, unless they were being very meticulous and careful about searching around for it. As you guys spent the night, you're about to all turn in as it was getting into deep evening when suddenly you heard a noise and reacted to find a night gaunt. Essentially, I'm trying to think. Out of all of you here, Vilena, you would be the one that would probably know the most about the night gaunts. They they are essentially what could be a summoned monster through magic, and they are technically called forth possibly from elder gods, possibly just as a thing from say a hellscape of some kind. Either way, it's known that some wizards can summon them, just like how you are still training yourself up to the point of being able to raise the dead.
Right. So this could be either the work of the elder gods or a wizard.
This could be a work of many things, but also night gaunts usually come in packs.
Ooh.
So the fact that you just managed to take out one of them means that there's a distinct possibility there might be more of them inside. But you all do need to rest, despite being now up in arms about the fact that you just had a visit from one such creature. And you definitely don't want to try and travel into there alone at night, because to hell with that and trying to run back out if you need to. One of the best things about night gaunts you also are aware of is that they are very much lovers of dark places, so being in a have forgotten
Right.
ruin is probably where they prefer to be, and they might stick their head out if they happen to detect that there's something outside and it's night.
Right.
So the question becomes, who's going to take up the first post for the night?
Either me or Garoth.
All right. You don't want to
Valena-
decide which.
Valena is.
I kind of ask him if he wants the first watch. If not, I'll take it.
Gareth just kind of grunts and shrugs. Sure, I'll take the first wash. So he just kind of he finds one of the nearby logs. Like, this is a sandy area, but it's not completely desolate of life once in a while. And there's essentially a fallen over dead tree not too far off. He pulls what remains of the log over and kind of sits down a few feet away from the campfire and just watches that doorway, just unblinking.
With his maul in hand.
Yeah,
I'm
basically
sure.
the maul in the hand, just stretched across his lap, just kind of watching, waiting, taking a little bit of the scenery, and then watching again.
Valena is going to be sleeping and having dreams about having not one but two wands of smiles and making everyone smile before the White Witch.
So right, I'm going to have him roll.
Oh boy.
And let's see here. Oh gosh, what is it called again?
For what?
Her whisper rolls or something like that.
Perception.
Oh, perception.
Holy cow, that's a good
He
perception.
actually does pretty good.
Is it on advantage?
Yeah, you forgot to turn his
Oh,
barbarian
is he still an
rage
advantage again? Yeah, never mind. Let's re-roll that. You caught that one. Yeah, I keep forgetting. It's really not advantageous of me to keep using that.
Yeah.
Because I'll just keep forgetting it every time.
Go back to the other one.
Too late. Well, basically, he sits there on the log. Doesn't see anything. Doesn't notice anything. And actually, now what I wanted everyone else to do is I want you all to roll perception with disadvantage. So, roll 2d20 and lowest one for goes.
Oh, right. Perception.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
I rolled with disadvantage. I actually clicked the disadvantage button.
Okay.
That's why
Yeah,
there's a
you
red
got
dot
12.
Perception. That's not bad, I think.
That's not terrible either. Let me bring up Theobald's sheet. Yeah, also double checking that's on the stream. Yes, it's all on the stream. Okay. Disadvantage.
Holy cow. What was the other one?
I don't know.
He rolled a 16. He rolled a 16 and an 18. But he's got +3 because his wisdom stat's high.
Oh.
Yep. So he got he just got some naturally high rolls on that one. And let's see if Gareth notices this. Just barely. Okay. I think I think he gets a. Actually, I'm going to re-roll that because he doesn't need a disadvantage because he's not sleeping. I just happened to think. Yeah, so he just barely notices it. Okay. So everybody, I want to say, yeah, actually everybody notices this. So you're all peacefully sleeping for a while, for like a good, like say 2 or so hours, when all of you hear this. Coming from the cave.
The cave, or you mean the ruins?
Or from the ruined doorway, yeah.
Yeah, that's a different sound than last time.
Well, last time I had to make it myself, so.
Oh.
So yeah, everybody who was sleeping just barely wakes up to having heard that noise, and even Gareth is now standing and holding the hammer. It doesn't sound like it's that close. It sounds like it's still further in. But he's now very attentively watching, and he kind of heard everyone else move too.
What spells do I have?
Go freaking monsters! Can't they at least let us finish sleeping?
I'm not sure if they're coming. Sounds like it's a lot further in yet. He just kind of watches for a few months, and then as that continues on, you hear. So there's at least 2 more in there, apparently. But they also still sound like they're about equally as far away from the doorway. After a few more minutes, you honestly don't hear anything. Do you want to keep listening and waiting?
No,
Crickets chirp.
I'm checking a spell real quick.
Okay. Belena, what do you think?
That's what I'm wondering. What would she do in this situation? Would she
You know what? I'm actually gonna make use of a spell. I'm gonna cast Unseen Servant.
Okay.
yeah.
I saw it lasts for an hour. So I summon an Unseen Servant, and I basically tell it, if anything comes to attack the camp, wake me up by nudging me, and then I go to sleep.
And it's supposed to last how long?
It lasts for an hour, so
So he's got an hour to wake you up. Okay. So your unseen servant, no one else notices, but you can kind of feel him kind of like give a silent nod of okay, and just stands nearby where you lay back down.
he can't move 60 feet more than 60 feet away from me. So, but in any case,
I don't have that spell. That sucks.
Do you try going back to sleep, or are you going to keep waiting?
Yeah, I think she'll do that. She's gonna sit beside Garroff and watch with him.
All right, so you're going to stay up a while then. Okay.
Yeah.
Theobald kind of raises his eyebrow too and watches the doorway with you guys for a few moments. After seeing Xena go back to sleep, he just kind of looks back to the doorway again, kind of looks at you sitting next to Garroff and just kind of goes, eh, and he figures that he'll get woken up if that commotion starts up again. So I'm going to say at this point, at least another hour passes. Are you gonna stay up still?
After an hour.
Yep, pretty much nothing happens. There's maybe little whispers of something going on in there, but it's nowhere near as loud as it was a little while ago.
Let's see. Spells that I have. I need to get some utility spells.
the funny thing
such
is,
a thing
like,
as too many spells.
like most of my level 1 spells are all like utility stuff.
Right. I was hoping to have Find Familiar, but I usually get that, but I didn't this time. What was I thinking?
Yeah, you actually picked out your spells you got from leveling up previously, right?
Previously, did we level up last time, or
No,
Not
but I
last
mean, like
time,
the last couple times we leveled up, you did pick new spells, right? I don't remember. I don't remember if you specified what you picked.
let's see. Oh yeah, I should bring up D&D.
yeah, you gotta make sure you keep your spells.
Right. I just let me check and see how many spells I should have. What level am I? It's been a while. Sorry.
I think you're
We're
level
we're
4
both level 3.
or 3.
Oh, 3. Okay.
We're like over halfway to level 4, but we're
A wee bit shy.
Yeah, level 3. Okay. So let me look up how many spells should I. Rolls. These are spells. Classes, wizard. All right, here it is. Okay. Features. Spell book. 3 cantrips, your choice. We've done that. 6. All right. And I get 2 each time. So let's see.
you should at least have one level 2 spell or a couple level 2 spells. If you know,
Right.
that means you forgot.
I have 2 level 2 spells.
Okay, then you actually picked your spells.
Yeah. All right.
What?
So that's not a question. So the question still remains: are you going to stay up any longer or not? Because you basically stay up an extra hour with Geralt, and you're just both kind of silently watching that doorway and don't see anything happen.
Can I? Because I'm a little fuzzy on the ritual spells. Like, does it have to say ritual to cast as a ritual, or can I cast any
It's
spell as a
supposed
ritual?
to say ritual somewhere. There's certain ones you can't ritual.
Let's see what.
But I'm also not sure how.
Let me check that one out real quick. There's something I may
I'm
want to
not sure
try.
how up to that particular par roll 20 is, but I would hope they at least mention whether or not they can be cast as a ritual.
Yeah, let me check. I am totally spelling this wrong, but it figure out what I was trying to spell anyways. All right. Okay, let's see. All right. Okay, yes, this can work. I'm gonna try to cast Prestidigitation to find something like. Is there a stick or anything near the doorway?
There's a few little stones, maybe the odd stick. There's probably even a burnt out leftover log when you were tossing fire sticks at the monster.
I'm gonna light it on fire and see if I can get some light in the doorway. With Prestidigitation from a distance, if that's possible.
That was
Or is that-
just about to ask. Can you actually do that from a distance, or do you need to get up there and actually do it?
Let me look. Range area 10 feet. Ew.
Yeah, you have to be almost right next to the stick in order to do it.
Can I pick up a stick near me and throw it?
I suppose. You give me your throw.
Oh, that's right. I have horrible dexterity.
Whoosh, 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 whoosh. Lands right at our feet.
All right. Let's try it.
Haha! Lands at your feet.
Yeah, it's worth a shot, and I go back to watching.
The
don't have
barbarian
a-
looks down, grunts, and then stamps it out with a foot. Just one stomp and rubs it in the sand just to make sure it gets put out and doesn't spread.
Oh, wait. Garoff's with me, right?
Yes.
Can he throw a stick, and when it gets 10 feet away exactly, light it on fire and see if it can hit the doorway?
You're really gonna try and time this, huh?
Right.
Alright, he'll pick up the stick and try and toss it.
All right. What do I have to roll?
Doesn't matter, he makes it about 10 feet and it falls on the floor again anyway. He just grunts, sighs, shrugs his shoulders, and sits back down. He doesn't care anymore. As far as he's concerned, if something's gonna come, he'll see it and be able to club it.
Valena is just going to cross her arms and just sit there and pout.
So you're gonna pout for another hour?
Pretty much.
All
Freaking
right, so you pout
stakes
for
don't
another
go
hour.
very
You've been
far.
up for 2 hours now when you're supposed to be getting a long rest.
Right.
Well, at some point, Garoth has to switch out.
Yeah, I'm
somebody.
thinking it's like a 3-hour shift.
Right. So in
So
the
at
2
least a
hours,
3-hour
nothing-
shift, I think, if not a 4-hour shift, just to make sure everyone gets sleep.
So nothing happens in the 2 hours.
In the 2 hours that you're there, you maybe very faintly hear something else in there, but you don't. Nothing nearly as loud as it was when it woke you guys up.
I need to get a reminder to get fine.
So
Oh yeah, I forgot I had that thing. Hold on to that.
now he's just looking through his spell book and not paying attention.
No, I'm looking at my items.
So you're gonna just stay up the entire time Geralt is up?
Oh my gosh, no, that can make things worse. But it's tempting. Oh
Well,
wait,
if only you
wait,
were
wait,
good
wait,
enough
wait,
to
wait.
animate the dead already, you could have just animated skeletons to watch for us.
Yeah. It could be the skulls from the altar. And when I'm done, I'll send them to my friend who apparently likes skulls too. Because she was smiling.
Oh God!
I'm sorry, I just had to say that.
There's gonna be
She just wakes up and just...
there's gonna be a room cleaner in a particular inn that's never gonna have peace.
You know what you should do? We should bring her some peas so she can have peas.
Arg.
Actually, that's an interesting idea. How long is a short rest? Like an hour, right?
Short rest is an hour.
I am going to try to do arcane recovery.
Okay, that is a thing you can do. Yes. Come on to have your wizard level rounded up. None of the slots can be 6th level or higher.
All right.
So yeah, you're trying to get some of your spell slots back essentially by resting up a bit.
Yeah.
All right.
And can I prepare some of my spells on an arcane recovery?
Actually, have you used any of your spells outside of the prestidigitation?
No.
That's a cantrip.
And that's
Yeah,
a
it's a
cantrip, so that didn't really count as anything. So yeah, you're. So as I'm aware, you're still at full spells. So you didn't really use anything.
Oh, okay. Because I
Uh,
wasn't sure in the demon fight if I used any.
I don't recall. Maybe you did. Actually, double check. You should have had it tracked on your sheet.
Let me check.
Yeah,
Probably.
because there's the bubbles next to the spell levels that should have been clicked off if you had used spells.
Oh. Where's my spells? Oh, yeah, I didn't use them. That's
Okay.
weird.
Actually,
the only
yeah,
reason- the
I
only
think
reason-
you purposely used cantrippy attack spells because you wanted to make sure, just in case, you didn't use everything up, as I
Right.
recall.
And go ahead.
Oh, wait, I was gonna say, did you have a wand? You might. No, anyway, you don't have a wand. I have a wand.
You have the wand. You used the wand. Yes. So, Velena, at least now, finally goes down for a nap, and Geralt holds the position for one more hour before his turn is up.
And he wakes me up. I'm assuming.
Yeah, and since you were apparently willing to go next, he kind of walks over, nudges you awake, and just goes, "Yeah, nothing since everyone woke up." And finally goes over to sleep for himself and just easily nods off.
I
It's
just
been a
kind of
long
look down
night.
at the. I kind of look down at the burnt stick that's like 10 feet away and be like,
Nothing to worry about here. Perception check.
oh, fuck! Are you serious?
Every time if someone takes a watch, they have to do a perception check. It's pretty much a rule as far as I'm aware.
Oh, I was gonna do something
That doesn't.
first. Should I?
It's not necessarily going to be like you're going to for sure be attacked, but it's just a okay, just in case
Okay,
anything happens.
So I take a I have an idea similar to what Velena had, except
Wait, let me look up Unseen Serpent. I think it's a ritual.
no, I'm not gonna use unseen. I don't think I can do rituals because I'm a bard.
Oh, right.
I take a stick, cast a light cantrip on it, and toss it over near the.
All right, give me a dex. Okay, yeah, you toss it in there, and your glowing stick bounces in there a few feet. Nothing. It seems to be empty so far, and nothing reacts to the new glowing light source in the doorway. So it seems to be quiet for the moment.
Yeah, that stick's gonna be glowing for an hour.
Which is fine.
Nothing coming from inside there is gonna sneak up on us for the next hour because they'd have to walk through like a a light source where I'd see them.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, Azina sits there for an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. So you're starting to get a little bit bored and almost kind of wondering if anything else is going to happen. As you're about to hit 4 hours, you do hear one more, but it's a little bit quieter than it was previously. So you know it's further in, and it's not like actually coming out still. So you watch very intently, but as the 4th hour rounds up, you don't see anything.
Okay.
Yeah. It's been 4 hours, right?
Yep. So that was Azina's 4 hours. So yeah, going back to you, you were only resting for an hour, as I recall.
Yeah, I wake up and go to Azina, and I want to look around up in the sky, if that's possible.
Looking up in the sky. Okay, give me a perception.
All right. If I fail this, I'm going to slap myself.
What are you even looking for, though?
You do remember these things can fly, right?
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Am I
The
still on
stars are
disadvantage?
very pretty tonight.
Oh wow, it's a beautiful night tonight.
Not a cloud in the sky and all the pretty stars, and you're seeing the moon slowly hit about midway at this point. And dipping a bit past, actually.
I guess could it be possible for me to try to prepare my spells, or
If you're trying to prepare all of them, you have to legit sleep.
not even with arcane recovery, I can't do that.
You can only do it
No,
once.
because if you're trying to rearrange what spells are prepared, you can't use arcane recovery for that because it just makes you regain
All right.
spell slots.
Okay, so yeah, it looks like I'm stuck with my spells then because I feel real uneasy about just going back to sleep.
Okay. So you're gonna stay up through Xena's entire shift too?
Yeah.
Oh wow!
All right. So you stay up through Xena's shift. Xena kind of nudges Theobald awake at this point. Theobald kind of looks at you weirdly, like he's not sure why you're still staying up, all strung out and everything. Everyone else seems to be having a fine enough time getting to sleep, but just shrugs and quietly watches for a while.
Can I take one more look around the area and go back to sleep?
Since you're joining him with a watch, how about yeah, you both do a perception check.
All right.
Hope so I can
Thank
find
you.
it. There we
Roll
go.
20.
He got a 13 with disadvantage, so.
Oh wait, dang it! I really do hate that. It's like the worst thing. Okay. There we go. Yeah, he is. You're just watching the cleric as he just scans everything, scans the doorway, and then he watches you look up, and he kind of looks up too. Nice night. Looks back down. He is seeing nothing, and he is just Hawkeyes right now.
I guess Elena will go back to sleep.
You're finally gonna go back to sleep.
Yeah, and she's gonna dream about her new friend in the serving woman in the inn and other new friends, and they're just praying at the skull altar. Of course,
Okay.
that's not going to happen. This is a dream, not what happens in the game.
All right. So he watches you finally go back to sleep, and he's just like, "That's kind of awkward of her, but okay." And so he waits for his 4 hours. He gets Garroth awake. Technically, yeah, Theobald's already had his 8 hours. Garroth at this point has had his 8 hours. So now they're waiting for Azina and technically you now to play catch up.
Actually, I already.
Actually, yeah,
I
technically
already-
you even got your 8 hours now. We're waiting for you to play catch up.
Basically, everybody else should be basically waking up and preparing breakfast while Helena tries to get some more sleep.
Mm-hmm. Because someone stayed up all night. People could have taken 3-hour shifts if someone wouldn't just sit there being squirrely.
Well, I don't think it's squirrely. It's just paranoid.
Squirrely.
You
know, so okay, yeah, everybody go into your inventories in time to update your rations.
Well, for me, I just had the bear meat, so I don't know if I didn't really specify how much of it I had.
I think we assumed there's like a couple days worth of meat in there, so I just I would use one meal of it, like a fourth of it or something.
Yeah, so I'll say I'll have like half a meal, or I have like one meal left out of it. But I look around to see if there's any because I'm sure the sun's starting to come back up at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Can I like look around to see if there's any like berries or edible like?
That would be. Would that be a survival?
Yeah, I think that'd be survival.
There's one other thing I would think of.
Nature.
Investigation.
Investigation. Yeah, that's the one. So
I
survival
thought
or
you were gonna say.
investigation, whichever
I thought you were
one's
gonna
your
say. I
highest.
thought you were gonna say nature, but
Oh yeah, nature.
Nature's more like an animal thing, I think.
Yeah.
So I'll go with investigation because I have a slightly better. I have like I have a bonus, a +1 instead of a +0.
All right.
That didn't work.
You look around for a bit and you're having no luck finding berries right now. It just seems like there's nothing in this particular area, at least as far as you can tell.
All right, I just give up and eat my bear meat then.
Gotta eat my bear.
Is Valena still asleep or is she awake at this point?
I'd say by about the time most of them are starting to either wrap up or about halfway through their breakfast is when your 8 hours rest is finally due and you're finally done and awake.
All right, so I
And
already
I'm
crossed off one
checking
ration.
Theobald's. Okay, there he is. I was like, for
crossed
some
off
reason I'm
one
not
ra-
seeing his rations. There it is. Dang it! I pushed it
I already
instead of editing.
I crossed off one ration of hers already. So
All right.
and actually, while she's awake, I guess she'll give an investigation.
Looking for berries as well. All right.
Yeah.
Oh wow!
wow.
Knocked it out of the park. Yeah. It takes you a good while, but just over one of the sand dunes, you do see some brush that looks like it could be berry giving brush here in the desert. It's you don't get a whole ton of it, and there wasn't very much there to find, but you do find some berries that look to be edible.
Right. And yeah, she would do this, and this is gonna be incredibly harsh. To test to see if they're not poisonous, she's gonna hand them to the two guys.
Wow, does he even try to check that if they're poisonous on her own or not? But she just hands them up to the guys and just goes, "Here."
Does Azina notice this?
Perception check.
She's basically gonna hand a few of them.
Yes,
to both
you
of them
definitely see every bit of this happening.
and tries to pass it off as, you've been with us a while and you're subjective. I just thought you guys deserve a little treat and some sweet berries.
It's like I don't get any berries. I'm the one that got the thing stuck in a web.
I mean, if you want some berries, okay.
So you had to hand Ozzy some berries as well.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Actually, I'm gonna have Gareth do a check.
Because I have a feeling that because Azina was specifically looking for something like that herself, and somebody else came back with some she'd want.
Gareth does give them a look over, and he's like, "Oh, yeah, I've seen these before." Kind of a look, and starts to numb them down.
And then all of a sudden, it's the bear all over again.
No, it was from spider. It was eating spider meat that made him.
That was
sick.
the spider meat that made people sick. Nah, yeah, he looked it over and went, "Oh, yeah, this is definitely safe stuff. I've had this kind of stuff before. Not exactly the same, but it's very similar."
And then Valena has this kind of grin on her face, this smile that's like, you can't tell what she's smiling about, but it seems innocent enough. Her smile.
You say that. Let's see.
This is. I'm assuming we all noticed that she's smiling.
Theobald gets a roll. Theobald rolls a 20.
Oh.
Okay, does what? He's basically looking at you like, "What are you smiling about?" so intently.
It's just a
Is
beautiful day. I made so
is
many
it like he's legit getting you're just playing innocent vibes and there's nothing really wrong here?
It's more like she's smiling about something. She just can't pinpoint what because that would be insight at that point.
Okay, yeah, he's gonna incite her now.
I just go, I just look at Theobald and go, you know she's weird by now. You haven't been with us that long, but I don't try to
He
make
gets a plus
sense of
5,
her.
by the way. Oof! He rolled a 1. You are an impossible book to read. You might as well bet invisible ink. He can't figure you out right now. Plus 5. That's what he gets.
She's an enigma wrapped in bacon.
Yes. With a slice of lemon.
I almost choked on my pop.
Uh,
But all weirdness aside, everyone has their fulfilling breakfast, and the sun is definitely past the horizon at this point, so it is now early morning. So are you guys ready to go into the ruins?
There's really, I'm assuming that there's still like charred bits of the night gaunt left, or it's just turned to ash from us burning it.
Actually, it's very unusual whatever these creatures are made of because you toss it in the bonfire just to get burn what's left, and usually, especially for a human remains, there would still be a big ashy blob there. There's nothing left of this creature.
I kind of look at the area and I go, I didn't think about this at the time, but I bet if we'd cut its horns off, we could have sold those.
Barbarian kind of has a look of maybe.
Because we were all just too freaked out by dealing with that thing in the middle of the night, so we're just like, we gotta get rid of this fucking thing.
Burn it all with fire! Alright, so you guys are gonna head inside then?
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, how many berries do I have left?
I'd say after sharing a few berries with just about everybody, you still have another handful or 2 of berries left for yourself.
So, 2 sets of berries.
So like 4 or 6.
Oh, 4, 6. Okay.
4 or 6, and they're decent sized. Yeah.
You want to trade some berries for some bear? No, I won't say that.
I'll give you some berries. Give me some of them berries. Yeah.
What just happened?
It sounded like he attacked his microphone.
I have this silly picture in my head of Alzina and Trench going, you want to trade for some bear meat?
Yeah, just holding the trench coat open. What you buying?
All right. 4.
All right.
I do love the gags that freaking merchant from Resident Evil 4 is more honest than video game publishers.
Let's see here. I'm gonna go. Yeah, let's go with this one for right now. So you slowly go inside. Don't really see anything first, actually. Or what's this one that I was intending to? I can't remember now.
Guessing you're getting a map ready or something? Oh, music.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, I think this might have been the one I was planning for. I had some decent dungeon music and I forget which one it was. I think it was that one. So, alright. So you start to head inside. First couple feet, you just see nothing but stones, and I assume somebody's lighting up light sources to go further in.
Yeah, I basically just pick up the stick off the ground and cast light on it to use it.
Because, yeah, it doesn't take very long. Maybe go, say, 15, 20 feet in, and you already can just feel the darkness enveloping everything around you. So, yeah, you need that light pretty quickly. Theobald also decides to pull out his Actually, yeah, he'll pull out his longsword for now, and will cast light on the blade itself, so he's got a glowing blade on the other side of the group.
And actually, I have a plan. I'm already going to waste a spell slot, but I'm going to cast Unseen Servant, and have my Unseen Servant carry my lit stick for me, so that I can have my great sword out and ready.
All right.
I basically just have the Unseen Servant walk like a couple feet ahead of us, so that we can. He's basically lighting the way up, and like monsters aren't really gonna be able to see him. They're just gonna be perplexed by a floating, glowing stick ahead of us if they notice anything.
By the way, your team is perplexed by the floating glowing stick. Already, the barbarian, as soon as he sees the stick catch up with him, looks over towards it, sees it floating, and immediately takes a side step. It's like, the hell?
Lance is just gonna look at it and see this glowing stick just move left, move right, up and down. Just go.
I'm sure Valena would figure out what it is because she's a wizard.
Yeah, but it's like more like, huh, that just happened. But I mean, it's not like she'd be shocked because she's probably used to this sort of thing. At the same time, it's not something you don't see every day, right?
Right.
Yeah, definitely not something everybody sees every day.
I basically just say I know a spell that allows me to summon an invisible servant. They can't do much, they can't fight, but they can carry things.
The barbarian looks at you perplexed and then looks back to the floating stick and just...
I just go, hey, if you had magic, you'd want to be able to use both your hands to carry your maul.
He blinks as if this is somehow hard for him to register because he already is, but whatever. And keeps walking.
My point is that he wouldn't have to use a hand to carry a torch or something.
So, alright, yeah, you guys go in there like 20 feet, 40 feet. It's finally at 50 feet that you guys start to see a slight change in your surroundings, and this is why we're now going to go to this map. Drag the players here. Boop.
Hello!
At the bottom center. I believe I'm the only one that has it slightly tinted because I need to be able to see everything.
Oh, there's Osdana. Her portrait was over her token. That's why I couldn't see it.
All right, so yeah.
You're talking. You have the Roll20 portraits turned on still. You can disable those, so it just displays the names.
Oh yeah, not that later.
Well, that was weird. I just saw Domino's Pizza slowly roll by, and I'm just like, oh, well, I could use a Domino's Pizza right now.
Oh, freaking Roll20 ad for Domino's Pizza.
No, like a legit Domino's car just rolled by the front of our house slowly. I'm like, oh, I wish I had made an order.
So you stand up and hold out your hand. Wait, come back!
I want your chicken pizza and your cheesy breadsticks.
Now I want donuts, damn it.
The only thing about this is we don't got a token for the Unseen Servant.
Yep, so you're gonna have to keep track of where it is. So you're starting to get into here, and by the time Geralf is like getting to right there, he actually does legit look up because he suddenly noticed something was a bit different. And all of you can look up now, and you can see that starting basically right between him and Valena is where the ceiling starts to suddenly rise.
Oh.
So there's a lot more ceiling above, to either side looks like places where people could actually be standing and watching, but you don't see anyone there yet.
Wait, those aren't walls?
No, they are not. They are essentially walls, but there's now suddenly more space starting right about here and here.
Oh.
You start to see a lot more room above them. Speaking of which, I believe, how far do you see with light?
Let me see. The light is 20-foot radius.
Okay, so 10, 20. So you still can see to about at least here. And you do see that there's something very faint ahead of you guys, but you can't see what it is just yet.
Yeah, so I can basically see the light should extend to about like four spaces ahead of me at any given point.
Yep. So go ahead a couple more spaces then.
Yeah. I got the stupid ruler selected. There we go.
Okay. So you just want to move up all the way there. Okay. So with the lights you guys have on, you get all the way up to here. And you see a nice little pile of bones just sitting there. Some of it skulls. But you
Hey,
also see
Melina,
off
look,
to the
it's your favorite
side.
thing.
I know, she just kind
Up to the other side,
Does-
you do see staircases now going up to where these walls are stopping
Lena
at.
is gonna investigate the bones. Did you hear that?
Yep, you're going to investigate the bones. You don't really see anything in there other than, well, it's bones. And it looks like most of these poor unfortunate dead creatures are humans, so that's a thing. Yeah, investigating. You found an extra
Yeah.
femur.
I can make an altar for my new friend and put it in her room.
You can now have a skull and a stick.
Yeah, just like, oh my gosh, I can just picture her just going, I made you give, and she holds it and just walks
I
away.
just had a horrible idea, but because Alzina's not as insane as Valena, I'm not gonna do this. But I was thinking it would have been really funny to take one of the skulls, cast light on it, and then have the unseen servant wear the skull as a hat. So there's just a floating, glowing skull in front of us. But I don't want to freak out the barbarian and the cleric.
Speaking of which, the
This
cleric...
just gives me an idea that I can make a skull altar with a few lit candles with inside the skulls.
Speaking of which,
in
the
her
cleric is
room.
now next to the wizard and looking at her like, why do you play with everything dead? And also, now that he's over here, you can also see a little bit more up this way. You can barely just see where the stairs start to land at ground level up there.
And she just goes, well, where I come from, we honor the dead by raising them back up and having them dance around open flames.
You honor your dead by making a mockery of them. Interesting.
I
You
look
say
at the
Mark?
others.
Go ahead.
I look at the others and I say, should we decide via coin toss which way to go?
The barbarian just kind of quietly reaches into his pouch and flips a coin.
Oh gosh, that's even creepy for her. Too creepy for her.
First, we gotta decide heads left, tails right.
I was gonna suggest we. This is too creepy. I'm not gonna do this, but I was gonna have Elena suggest we play Skittles with the bones, like pile them up like pins and roll the skull like a ball.
Yeah, that would probably make too much noise.
yeah, but it's like that's too creepy.
Okay, once I've got a die ready, so one will be heads and two will be tails. You wanted to call tails, you said?
I was saying heads would be left, tails would
Oh.
be right.
Okay, heads will be left, tails will be right, so... Heads.
Alright, so we're going left.
So you're heading to the left. Boop. And you light up the area. You said for 20 feet around? 5, 10, 15, 20.
You know what? Glenda's gonna make a makeshift altar of the bones over there, and light a little stick with the inside one of the skulls and have it light up, so we have this area to come back to.
And...
Huh.
5, 10, 15, 20.
Oh. I'm assuming that's a door.
Yep, that is in fact the doorway over there.
Is this?
Looks like water.
Well, you can just barely see a little bit of a reflection, and it looks like it could possibly be water, but you're not close enough to see for sure yet. Theobald, by the way, is now taking up the rear behind Velena. Not only does he feel like she needs to be watched carefully, but let's just say that he doesn't. As much as he's worried about what the heck you kind of a crazy person you are, he also doesn't want to see people die today.
Right.
Alright, I will move up over
Unless it
here.
be some sort of monstrosity. All right, you're trying to get closer to the water then.
Trying to figure out what our surroundings are aside from that being a door.
Okay, you do see enough to at least see that there's. If I can. There we go. That's that way. 5, 10, 15, 20. Excuse me. You start to see some more of this here. Although you're still not seeing all of it.
It does look like there's something in the water, but obviously I can't make out what it is. I wait for Garroth to move up before I do anything else.
All right, Geralf kind of moves up to here. He's kind of looking around too because he can't quite see it in the water.
It's probably a horrible idea. But
Now what are you doing?
nothing.
The wizard is trying to stealth.
I think you generally got to say what you're trying to do before you roll the check, though.
I was gonna go move up to the water secretly and check and see what's in the water.
That sounds like a terrible idea.
Yeah, that sounds like a horrible idea. I'm not sure why you would want to try that in the first place. But
That's
okay.
why I wanted to stealth, because I can't be seen if I'm stealth.
Yeah, but then instead everybody else just looking at you like, "What are you doing? Don't fucking do that."
Technically, I gave a 25 over the water, but yeah, that's around about what you see into there. So, are you going to try and take a peek yet, or are you going to wait for the wizard to finally move?
I more want Theobald up here backing me up than Velena, but I guess I'll take a
Again,
closer
he's trying to
look.
make sure that she's not going to get squished. Okay, so you move right up ahead,
Yep.
and that's when you see all of this.
Whoa!
And
Another
yeah,
night
as soon
guard.
as you round the corner and it looks up at you and you look at it, and all you can see and hear is just
I can see its sound.
well, you hear that and you just see the black shape slowly stand up and looking right at you.
Magic missile.
I think it's time for initiative.
You're also not really in a spot where you could cast magic missile. at the
Yeah, you're
moment.
technically like 10 feet down, so you can't even see your target right now.
Yeah, you just heard that noise and you're like, "Oh shit, I need to get up there." Basically.
All right.
I'm not back casting magic missile anytime soon.
And be actually no, that's right. He does have actual initiative, as does he. And you just need some made-up stuff. I can't remember. Do you guys have a bonus to start your combat?
Huh?
I
I'm
think
trying to
that
remember
was.
if gargoyles have any kind of bonus to.
Oh. I think it would be a dex. If they got a dexterity bonus, that gets added to their initiative roll.
Okay, yeah, it's a 0. So. Boom. And. I believe it's.
He tied with Velena.
Oh, wrong way. So, yep, you see it. It looks up and you hear the inhuman roar, and it is immediately your turn to act.
Well, you know what? He is close enough for me to do this, so I'm gonna. Wait. No, that's a radius, not a. Yeah. Fuck it. I throw one of my daggers at him.
All right, roll it, please.
That's a no.
Yeah, that's a big no. You throw a dagger at it and it immediately raises a claw and ting.
I thought I was gonna do a lot of damage to the wall behind him.
I just picture Azina
it
throwing a
just
dagger
effortlessly
really
flings it off.
sharply. Yeah, Sharp throws it sharply, a dagger, and just slaps it away.
Basically. He doesn't even slap it away, it pimp hands the throwing knife
Oh my
away.
gosh! No, he does that Crane martial arts movie where he just moves his side and just knocks it away. And he just does a martial arts pose. It's like, come at me, bro.
Alright, so that's your turn, I believe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
5,
wait,
10, 15. Yeah, he can make it. Geralf comes rushing in.
Guessing the water isn't very deep then.
No, he immediately hops into it, and it's a shallow pool that maybe just goes up to slightly above his ankle at this point. Looks like it could go deeper, but it's only up to his ankles so far. And he immediately mauls it in the face.
Christ, Johnny Ho.
Alright, speaking of, well, that's... Well, actually, that's right, and we're going to rage. And rage whiffs. As he takes a swing, the creature just kind of catches it in his hand and once again just pushes the hammer back, and Grove kind of half stumbles in the water, just like, what the hell? Alright, with that being said, it's Theobald's turn, and he's down here just going, oh, what the fuck? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. That's about all as further he can get here. I don't think he has any ranged stuff, does he?
He has a sling.
Oh, that's right, we
got
did
him a
get him a
sling.
sling for the bullets that we had. That's right. So actually, yeah, he's gonna try and give that a shot. Yeah, normal. Nope.
Wow, this
The
thing
best
is...
damage, but absolutely terrible shot. Yeah, he rolled a 4. Just ting, and once again the creature just kind of snarls at it and just backhands it away. So the question becomes, which one does he want to do? And actually, he wants to do both of them since they're right here next to him. So the Night Gaunt moves in between Geralf and Xena. Xena is going to get bitten at as its mouth suddenly appears and snaps at her, and
Whoops.
the claw is going to, hey, no drawing
Sorry.
on the map.
Sorry. How do I undo a drawing?
There should be a thing that says clear drawing if you right click the board. Or
Oh.
Are you sure you want to delete all drawings? Clear.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that. I meant to do the ruler.
There's
Oh,
a
there.
difference between the
Yeah.
paintbrush and a ruler. If you're trying to measure it, you still have to come up the stairs first.
Alright. How much feet's between the stairs and the pillar up there?
Between the stairs and what now?
The bottom floor. Like
You have
where
to
everyone
is.
at least
It's
get
the
up to
upper
here,
floor.
and then you can get up to here anywhere in these
yeah,
directions.
the stairs are going up, not down. So you don't see anything that's happening right now.
Yeah, you don't see anything that's going on. You have to go up. This is an up, not a down. So you have to spend at least 5 to get up to here, and then you can get off to, like, right here.
Oh, okay.
That'll be
Okay.
15.
Yeah.
Because yeah, it's only like a couple of steps shy of being all the way walked up, so it's like you could take that. It's like it's a step and just go into that square. It's nothing big
Okay.
on that. You just have to spend the you just have to spend the 10 to get there first, and then you can go. As I was saying, okay. Gargold going to attack. Looking at his stats again. Okay, he's gonna bite at Xena first. That's the first thing on his list here. And that's a +4 to hit. Roll d20. That's a 14.
He missed by 1 point.
Whew. So he leans in to snap at you, and you barely just lean back in time for him to miss gnawing on your shoulder. But as he's doing this at the same time, essentially his right hand is coming up to smack at the Geralt for trying to hit him with the maul a little bit ago. And oof, that's just a connection. It rolled a 14 again, and Geralt's AC is 14. So that's a claw attack. 1d6 plus 2. Oops, I am clicking everything I'm not intending to click. One d6 plus 2. Okay, he takes 4 damage. It's not too big, but he does get finally bonked.
That barely even looked like his freaking health bar moved.
That's what you get for being barbarian. You're all the hit points. And when the dice allow you, you're also all the damage. Elena, it is now your turn.
Quick question.
Mm-hmm.
These things have no eyes, right?
As far as you can see.
Okay. Then Valena's
They are
gonna
just
walk-
these liquidy black, smooth, shiny, horrific things, and for a reason, every once in a while when it attacks, it suddenly just sprouts a mouth and snaps at people.
like a proper noble, she's just gonna walk down the stairs, see a
Up the
thing,
stairs.
and go up the stairs.
Yes,
Yes.
for the third time, this is
Okay.
up. Going this way is
Okay,
going
sorry.
up.
Okay, sorry. It just looks like it's going down.
No. I've been saying the entire time, this is all raised. All the
Okay,
light-colored stuff here is raised. It's above you. What
Okay,
goes down
so
here?
she walks up properly, and she's like, "What's everybody looking?" Oh, and then she's gonna cast. Where is it? Come on.
I mean,
below.
obviously it sees somehow, but you're not sure how. It's a demonic monstrosity. It's got to have eyes somewhere in there, or
Cast
something that attacks
Magnavox
people.
missile.
Deafness.
Blindness, deafness, and it has to do what to?
I have to make a saving throw, I believe. A
Constitution
wisdom.
saving throw.
Oh, Constitution saving throw.
Blindness or deafness for choice. Constitution saving throw. What level? What number does he have to beat?
Yeah, what's the DC?
I believe it's 13.
Constitution of 13. Oof, that was a really sucky roll. Yeah, he gets a +3 to his roll, so he got a grand total of 8.
He is now deaf.
Okay, so you've deafened him.
Deafen him.
Okay, so he doesn't hear anything, and he kind of looks a bit perturbed as he lets out another little. But he still sees you just fine, apparently.
He lets out a roar and realizes he can't hear his own roar, and he's like, "Son of a."
Well,
bitch."
he can hear it internally, but he can't actually hear it like you normally would hear yourself.
He probably hears a roar and it's like, is that what it really sound like? Ugh.
So Azina, is now your turn.
Yep. I'm going to use my great sword since he came at me.
Have
Oh
at
my
you.
God.
And whiff! Once again, he just
Fuck.
kind of blocks with the back of his hand and kind of half steps back to do so. But doesn't move out of his square. So now it's Geralt's turn again. He's going to try once more for the hammer. Still raging, still angry, still trying to swing. And this one connects. So now it lets out a little minor cry of pain as he finally gets smacked across the noggin, but he doesn't seem to have taken too much damage, but it does seem to have finally connected for something. So that pretty much ends your guys' turns, and Theobald is now up to go, and he'll quickly make his way around you, and also join Gareth in the water and smack the creature from the other side. Good question is which weapon does he want to use? I think he has a longsword and he has a mace. Yeah. I guess the longsword. He'll two-hand it and try and smack the creature with it. I don't think that hits. Double checking. AC, where is your AC? 15, yep, misses. Just barely misses. The creature just barely brings up its hand in time to hold back the sword and just looks kind of annoyed and now focused on him for just the block.
So it has the same AC as me.
Yep. That being done, he is now in the turn to have combat. Not only did his last turn did he successfully hit the barbarian, but he was now since then hit successfully only by the barbarian, so now both attacks are heading his way. Oof. And he succeeds in both.
Oh boy.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Ouch. Yeah, both bites and scratches him. As he lets out a yelp of pain, struggles and manages to push the thing off his shoulder as it was nibbling on him. Get this damn thing off me! He's about to reaching for his maul again.
Okay.
And Velena, is now your turn.
I thought about it, and I'm gonna magic missile.
Magic missile. All right, that's technically an instant success. So roll the number of damage it does.
See if it does it.
No, that's not how you do it.
Even if you drag and dropped it into the thing properly, it only rolls for one missile, so you'd end up having to roll 2 more times anyhow because it shoots out 3 missiles at level.
Let's see.
It's 1d4 plus 1 for each missile, I believe.
Yeah, plus 1.
So 3d4 plus 1 each, plus 3.
You just do 3d4 plus 3 to simplify it.
Yeah. All right, here he goes.
Okay, smack him for 9 damage. Another particular outcry of pain as you hit him yet again. Not as bad as the previous hit from the barbarian, but it's still enough to hurt.
I was gonna be a troll about it, but I decided not to. I was gonna say, "Watch out!" But it's deaf, but he can't hear.
Yeah, so he wouldn't have noticed anyway. He's almost as annoyed with you as he is with the barbarian, because the barbarian keeps slugging him, but you have now deafened him and now hit him. And worse yet, you hit him with bright lights, which does not make him happy. Azina, is now your turn.
Yeah, I'm gonna take another swing with my greatsword.
Oh.
Hey, that connects.
Just didn't do a whole lot of damage.
You finally hit him, and you do finally feel it connect as he lets out another little screech of pain. It doesn't seem to be doing too much, but it does do enough that he's starting to look a little bit on the faint side now. He's starting to slow down a little bit, but he's not giving up, obviously.
I probably just didn't hit him in a good spot, probably.
Yeah, you probably hit him in a tough spot, but he still managed to at least make a connection this time. And Geralt, being more and more annoyed, takes for another swing. Connects. Not a lot, but he does connect yet again. He does a big enough of a smash that you hear like a rib crack by the sound of it, and the creature still lets out a yelp of pain, but is not relenting. Which brings us to Theobald. Who will again longsword it and see if this will hit this time. Once again, just as he takes a swing, the claw comes up and bashes the sword back again. He's just getting annoyed now, but he doesn't really have any other options at the moment.
That would have been some nice damage if he had successfully hit.
Yeah, it would have been a nice solid chunk out of the creature. The creature, by the way, is not looking too happy, and being bashed by the barbarian is particularly annoyed. I'm actually wondering something really quick here. I'm gonna look. Okay, that's its speed. I don't think he has... Nah, he doesn't have anything for, like, just weaseling through. It would just... He would have to take a normal movement. I don't think the barbarian has Sentinel, at least not yet. I don't think barbarians get Sentinel to, like, another couple levels.
Alright.
So technically he could 5, 10, 15, 20, yeah. So he's gonna give the barbarian another nice smack just for to remember him by, if he can. And he does. For additional 5 damage. The barbarian is looking quite tousled, but then he looks shocked as the creature starts to take off and comes right up to the wizard, which, by the way, gives all 3 of you a chance to hit him before he can escape and get to the wizard.
Ugh.
Missed. Garoff hits. It's really nasty, looking real nasty now, and Theobald, if he's lucky, maybe he'll finally get a good hit and stop this before it can happen. And no, he hits it, but he doesn't take a lot with it. He got another one of those thick hide parts. The creature is looking bad. Like, you can see some of the black Icorish blood kind of starting to come out of it now from the various wounds. But he still is being persistent and is extremely annoyed at the wizard for hitting him the last couple of the rounds with stuff. And tries to reach out, and as his jaw suddenly opens and snaps at you, it just barely misses your face.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, he literally reaches out to snap at you and just like, ah! And he misses. He rolled a 5.
I gracefully moved to the side.
Yeah, you very quickly try to move to the side as he just barely misses hitting you with no armor. Which, by the way, is now your turn.
I am going to Toll the Dead.
What roll does he need to make?
DC 13. I believe it's either a wisdom saving throw or something. Alright.
Well, he rolled a 14.
Nothing happens then.
Yep. Alright, so Azina, it's your turn. It just ran past you even though it got clipped a couple times.
You know, I realized I had something I could have been using as a bonus action this whole time, but now there's no point because I'm pretty positive this thing's almost dead. I'm obviously going to run after it and take another swing at it with my sword. Fuck!
God damn, every time it's just low enough. And you were going to do such good damage too. Yeah, you just ping, your sword reflects off its back as it suddenly half turns, sounding annoyed. Speaking of which, the battered and bruised barbarian rushes up and tries to lay down another hammer smack. And successfully does so. Yeah, you just watch as he just rushes up, roaring, The creature only notices him coming because he half turned at a reaction to your hit, and just as he fully turns around just in time for the hammer to just fall on his head, and then it goes in with a sickening crunch. And you just hear one last outcry from the creature as it falls over dead.
Pokeball, go! I'm just kidding.
Nah, it's dead. It's dead, Ash.
Damn it, Ash Catsup.
So yeah, it bashes its skull in. It finally goes over, just black, nasty blood pouring out of it, and he just gives it another smack across the back just to make sure. Doesn't hear any noises, but hears some of the internals crunching, and he's fine with that. Speaking of which, we're gonna remove all turns and close that. And Theobald's immediately gonna walk over and gonna lay hands on the barbarian because youch, that looks like it stung. I believe lay hands is a thing he can do right now. Yes.
That's a paladin and
paladin. Yeah.
Oh, is that
yeah.
paladin? I thought.
I think you're cure wounds.
Yeah, he has the cure wounds spell. He should anyhow. He's used it before.
Oh, channel divinity. I think channel divinity can do something. What was it now?
Yeah.
Starting second level, you can use your channel divinity to heal the badly injured. As an action, set your holy symbol of. You can restore a number of hit points equal to 5 times the cleric's level. Choose as many creatures within 30 feet of you and divide those hit points among them.
He's the only one hurt, so you just be giving him 15 hit points back.
So yeah, can invoke healing energy that restores a number of hit points equal to 5 times the cleric's level. He's level 3, so
15.
15. So he's just gonna use all the hit points on him then. Just an easy quick hit 15 back. So it'll be 28, 33. Yeah. He's not full health, but that's a nice amount back. The barbarian just, thank you. Absolutely no problem, sir. Now then, shall we check out the rest of the room?
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, we should definitely check the rest of the room before we consider going through any doors.
All right. So if you guys quietly go about.
Actually, before, real quick, I want to try something. I grab a hold of the creature by one of its horns, and I retrieve my dagger from over there first, and then I grab a hold of the creature by one of its horns and see if I can cut the horn off.
I'm also trying to do something here. Ah, here we go. I think. Yeah, there we go. All right. So you're going to try and remove a horn to see if you can collect them.
Yeah.
All right. I see here. Let's have. Would this be a survival? I don't think it's really a survival.
It's like skinning and tanning, isn't it? So wouldn't those be like survival?
I was gonna say maybe sleight of hand.
I'm trying to remember what survival actually is as a thing. It doesn't really say there if I click that.
You also need to click off advantage on Garroth.
Oh, yep. He no longer has rage.
It
takes a few moments to stop huffing heavily and just kind of. He's got one more rage for the day.
Check to follow tracks, hunt wild game, guide your group through frozen wastelands, and identify signs that owl bears live nearby, predict weather, or avoid quicksand and other natural hazards. That's what survival is.
That's survival, yeah. It's not technically survival. What's nature do?
Nature is measures your ability to recall lore about the terrain, plants and animals, the weather, and natural cycles.
I think nature sounds a little bit closer. How about medicine? Trying to just figure out what sounds closest to what we're looking for here for like skinning
Let's
an
you
animal.
try. Let's you try to stabilize a dying companion or diagnose an illness.
Nope, that's not gonna help. Nope, that's a definite no.
Animal handling.
I'm pretty sure that's not it either, especially when it's a dead animal. Animal handling of a dead animal. We're putting you back in the box.
Can I investigate these skulls?
Just a moment. Let's get this. I guess, yeah, we must just go for nature check, I guess. I don't really know of anything else we can do for skinning.
Oh,
Oh, wow. Yeah, you take a few moments. It's a little tough going at first, but as soon as you find that, like, little slightly weak spot where the horns start to grow out of the head, you dig in with the knife, and after a few moments, you manage to plunk first one out, and knowing where to look again, you easily get the second one off as well.
I go. Well, if nothing else, I have a souvenir.
The barbarian kind of nods and smiles, if nothing else. Alright, so you wanted to check out the pile of bones, yes? By the way,
Right.
I should do this really quick since you're going to start investigating the room. Okay, yep. There we go. Boom.
Oh, okay. Basically, so we don't have to. You basically just like did away with the issue of needing to check every little nook and cranny to make sure there's nothing else here.
Yeah, you're going to explore the rest of the room and you're going to find there's nothing else in this room right now. Alright, so you're going to check out the pile of bones first. Give me a... Oh, I keep forgetting what to name these things.
investigation.
Yeah, investigation. Give me an investigation check. Very nice. Okay. You kind of look around. It feels like there should be something underneath this pile of bones as you're going through it. It really does feel like it's unnaturally placed here for some reason, like there might be something underneath it. And as you start to finally make your way through, even using a little bit of like one of the leg bones to rub past some of the lower mess, you finally do hit like a solid stone that's just above the water surface. By the way, walking further into the pool, you notice it does get like a couple feet deep. And as you finally hit the stone, you start to uncover it, and you can see that's a bit of a raised stone, and there's actually almost like a plate of raised stone further on top of it. So you're looking at like this little bit of stone that's coming up in the middle with a raised surface on it. And it was just right behind where the gaunt was originally standing. So whatever it wasn't standing on it directly.
Huh. And I call forth Theobald. Is that his name, Theobald?
Theobald the cleric, yeah.
Yeah, to see if he knows any religious significance about this stone.
He kind of comes over and looks at it. And it's like, I don't think it's religious as far as I can tell. Actually, let me think of something here. And he starts to have a look around. I want to see if he can identify what this might be.
Arcana.
No, it's not a spell.
History?
Let's go with this. Just what could this be? Okay, he looks it over for a few minutes, ponders about it, and even kind of pokes at the center of it, and then he notices the middle raised stone kind of shifted when he poked at it. It goes, "That's a pressure plate."
Good pressure plate or bad pressure plate?
That's a hard question to answer without pushing it down all the way. He kind of looks around. Immediately starts looking around to see if he can see any like traps. He doesn't see like any arrow traps looking at either of you, but he's very much like, what the hell could
I
this
know.
be?
I notice what they're doing, and I say, "Hey, just back out of the pool."
Okay, yeah, I know where you're going with this.
I got an idea too what you might be up to too, so
Yeah.
that Theobald backs up.
I tell my unseen servant. I take the light source away from him first, but I tell the unseen servant to go push the pressure plate.
All right.
I can just
After,
picture Unseen Servant just going, been summoned better jobs than this.
you almost get the feeling once in a while with unseen servants, but it's hard to tell because you can't see them. So he slowly makes his way over. He looks down at the pressure plate, pushes it down, and you hear something shift under the water. Matter of fact, you even see the water kind of bubble in the back, like right around in here. The barbarian decides to poke his head in, and he gets up to the water. It's a few feet in by this point, and he leans down the water to have a closer look. He immediately stands back up and looks at the rest of you. There's like a hatch or something back there that just opened up.
Velena's gonna go look at the hatch.
Oh.
Okay, so everyone kind of comes in closer. Theobald comes in from the other way. Everyone's making a mess over there. And sure enough, you can look, and just below the water, there's just enough water that you all can get under one at a time. And there looks to be a square hatch just big enough to let people walk it through one at a time.
So like we'd have to hold our breath.
So you gotta hold your breath, and you're not sure how far it goes. But there does seem to be something under there that you just opened up.
I go, well, we'll mark this as a thing to come back to.
The barbarian gives you a side eye, like, are you sure?
Well, I was about to suggest we could send an Unseen Servant to go in and see how far it goes.
He can only go up to 60 feet away from me, though. And he can't talk. He can't talk, so he can't tell me how far it goes.
Does he know Morse code or something? Some sort of code?
No, it literally just does what you tell it to. It can't really communicate.
The barbarian literally just walks up to the hatch, sighs, and then quickly pulls in a heavy breath and goes under.
Oh shit. Okay.
The barbarian doesn't want to wait. He wants to know what's in here. This is possibly loot. No one's opened it in God knows how long.
Then it goes in second.
Yeah, I guess
I believe holding breath is a constitution thing, correct?
Right.
So constitution checks for everybody who's going under.
I have the Unseen Servant take the light source and follow them as far as he can without getting.
Oh wow!
Hey,
the Unseen Servant doesn't have to worry about breathing. I don't think.
As far as I'm aware, yeah, they can't drown. They're just a magical unseen creature.
But that way, you guys will have light because he'll be with you.
Mm-hmm.
I tell him to follow you and come back when you're done checking.
Okay, and the barbarian checks his constitution.
Oh God!
The barbarian goes in for about 10 feet, and immediately he's like, is now in a panic and tries to quickly hurry it along. If he doesn't get to the surface soon, he's going to drown. But thankfully, it only takes about, I want to say, 15-20 feet back, and immediately he sees a surface, and I fucked up.
You don't automatically drown. You take drowning damage.
Yeah, you start to take damage after you start to actually officially drown. He was not doing well, though. I would have said if he failed twice, he would have started drowning and taking damage.
The Unseen Servant's probably like popping out like right behind him because they didn't
go
far
all of a
enough.
sudden, as he finally started to catch his breath, all of a sudden the stick floats up next to him. He's like,
Valena comes out of the water just very elegantly and just walks.
she just kind of raises up like it's no thing. Actually, I haven't rolled for him yet, and I assume he was probably going to follow the main group too. Let's see how badly he does. Theobald is just fine.
If I knew he was going, I wouldn't have sent the Unseen Servant, because now I'm standing here in the dark.
Yep, you just did this to yourself. I don't know why.
You didn't tell me he was going in, though.
You didn't ask. You just assumed and sent your servant. But yeah, as Velena, Geralt, and eventually Theobald raise up, you kind of look around with what little light you got between the two lights now, and you do start to see. Apparently, this was a tomb, and you see all these a few like you almost want to say a few of them look like they might have been like stone coffins that are built into the wall, but they don't seem to be touched or disturbed or anything. They're just there. And there are a few of them that aren't in coffins, but seem to have been laid to rest in chairs, and you can see like bits of really ancient armor and stuff all over them.
Xena gets sick of waiting.
Xena says, effortlessly, Xena finally decides to delve into the water and follows the glowing lights ahead of her, and in a few moments she surfaces as well. And you also get to now see all the stuff lying about. I literally didn't make a room for this, but I did plan for this room after I had made the map. I'm like, you know what? Actually, that's the perfect spot for it. So, and it's really not a room that needs to be shown on the map either. Literally, you just walk into this back room and you find all this stuff.
It's basically a room that's just a treasure chest.
Yep, it's a room that's a treasure chest because as you're looking around, you see this stuff is fucking old, but looks in really good condition despite being as old as it is just sitting around.
You said there's armor here?
You can see there's a couple of like almost like stone caskets to the sides, but in the front in particular and a few extra like other things around, you see some bodies and some of them are just like folded up piles of clothing or whatever, but you can see armor sets, you can see certain weapons and so forth sitting around on some of these guys that are just perched there.
Are any of the armor's breastplate?
Actually, matter of fact, I was planning to have one of them be a breastplate. At the very least, one of them. That's right. You can wield medium armor too, can't you?
No, I can wear. I think I can wear heavy armor.
Let me check.
Wait, no, medium.
I was gonna say I don't think so. You're only a bard. You don't want heavy because it's gonna start constricting you and your spells are gonna go shit.
Well, and I took the College of Valor, which improved what kind of armor and weapons I could use. But the main reason I want a breastplate is because it's the best armor I can have without negatively impacting my ability to stealth and my dexterity bonus.
Yep. So, matter of fact, actually, yeah, as you're checking the guys in front, in particular, there's like 3 of them on these nice, almost like throne-like stone seats. You're looking them over, you can only guess they've been here like hundreds of years at least, if not thousands of years, and you're just seeing these nice, almost like, what the best way to describe it is like it looks like one of them in particular looks like just a solid metal chest plate, and then it kind of has like tassels that come down, almost like it's a Roman set of armor, for modern standards, like a Roman set of armor. And there's another breastplate that's a little less tassely and has some more mobility added to it, and that looks like it's probably right up your alley for Xena.
Right.
Theobald's
looking around. The tassely one will probably go for more money.
Actually, the tassely one might be up the barbarian's area because it'll just be something he can put on over the loincloth.
Well, the thing is, will he lose his unarmored defense?
He'll lose his unarmored, but I've actually done the math because these aren't just normal sets. As you look closer, you can see some really weird old engravings, and normally you're used to seeing the normal metal you see every day out there. You see iron all the time. It's always iron weapons, always iron armor. This shit's steel. This shit looks like somebody much more advanced than the normal has made this stuff.
And it's also possibly magical.
Essentially, this... actually, everybody do a history check. This is going to be one of the few things I would allow for everybody to do. And Theobald. All right, what do we got here? Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Theobald, Velena first, and it takes you a few seconds, but you kind of see it too. Eventually, Xena and Geralt is just like, I'm dumbfounded at this point. But the rest of you very kind of quickly figure out, This shit's Atlantian.
Whoa.
You are in essentially an Atlantean tomb, and you're looking over the shit.
Yeah, as being a treasure hunting pirate kind of lights up realizing this. She's got a grin
Valena
from ear to ear right now.
Yeah, Valena puts her hand on Grow's shoulders and goes, "It's Atlantian."
He blinks, Atlantean, and then looks around the room. You just see his jaw drop, and he's finally adding two and two together now. He completely
And she just
escaped
pats
him
him
with
on
his
the back
knowledge.
and goes, "You're."
Yeah, he's immediately starting to now look around and stuff because this is going to be big time. Okay, let's look like he's looking for weapons, he's looking for armor. Anything is going to be better than anything he's currently holding right now.
Valena, two coffins near the side of the wall.
Hmm?
There's like these two coffins built in the wall, right?
What? Oh, there's some like coffins into the wall. Yeah, there's like stone ones that look to be kind of built into the wall.
She's gonna check one of them.
Kind of slowly pry it open. You see a skeletal remains, crossed arms, just leaning back against the wall.
Nothing else.
There looked like there might have been a little more to it, but as you're letting the air out, you can just kind of see it disintegrate into dust.
Okay, she
lot of
closes it back and just doesn't bother with the other one.
As you are about to close it, though, you also see a little purse of something fall out just as you close the door. You look down, pry it open. You found like another 10 gold.
Oh,
So there's 2 suits of breastplate. I need to mark all this shit down.
You see, yeah, you've first couple pieces of armor you found very easily. You find 2 pieces of breastplate. Valena, are you sure you don't want to check the next one?
I'll check the next one then.
You check the next one, kind of the same thing. You just see like the dust kind of blow off the corpse, and you're looking around at it a little bit. As you're about to close it, you see the arms kind of shift weirdly because as you're looking at the arms, you see they're actually weighed down. And as the arms move to just kind of like naturally lower because of the weight, you see 2 bracers fall off and hit the ground, and they appear to be made of bronze, which is a little bit unusual. But you kind of close the casket. That's enough for now, and just kind of look them over. Let's see here. I want you to look up something really quick.
right. Magic item.
I want you to make an Arcana check. Right up your alley.
Arcana. All right.
Yep.
Let's see. Come on, land sheet. All right. Arcana. Yep.
Oh yeah. As you're looking them over, they look nice. You can actually see there's on the outside there of one bracer, you can see what looks like a depiction of waves headed towards a huge city. And then the other one, you can kind of see what looks like a depiction of people walking away from the water, which, as far as you can gather, it could very easily be like a very simplified version of the story of the Atlanteans having to leave Atlantis after the flooding. But as you're looking them over, you also look at the inside and you see runes up one and then down the other on the middle. It takes you a few moments to look over the runes and you figure out these are bracers of defense. They can give you additional 2 AC.
She puts them on.
Instantly, yep. I figured as much. Just like, not even a question. Yep, pop, pop. And now you're at, I believe it's 11 AC.
11 AC. Yeah, she needs 11 AC.
Yeah, I forgot you used Dex as your dump stats, so you actually started with less than 10 armor class.
Mm-hmm. Fixing it, slowly but surely.
It's not letting me edit it for some reason.
Oh, yeah, did you...
You got to actually add the armor piece to you go to the compendium
Oh,
and type in bracers. Bracers of defense is one of the ones that'll come up. You can just drag and drop it to your character sheet.
all right. Where's items?
You can just type bracers in the search. You don't have to click
I
on
know.
items.
Taking sweet time to load.
It takes a few moments once in a while.
Yeah, it won't let you manually change your AC. You got to actually add a piece of armor to your character sheet.
that adds
for
a
it to-
modifier. Yeah.
Bracers of defense.
Drag and drop into the character sheet.
If you got the character sheet popped out, you'll probably have to like drag the item down to like the task bar where the character sheet is to get it to add it.
Yeah, I did, but it's not adding it to the AC.
I just
You can always
did it too.
you can always close the character sheet, reopen it, and add it before popping the character sheet back out.
Why are you doing this? Yeah, there's like nothing to the details here.
Yes, for some reason they won't let me edit the armor class.
Here, let me see if I can drag and drop it better. No, that seems to be the exact same thing.
What's going on? It's not working.
Like we drag and drop it, but it doesn't seem to do anything.
Well, we could just make a note of it and just later did our AC's 11.
Modify. I'm gonna see if I can do something else here. Yeah,
I'm gonna
like,
try something. What does that do? Oh, never mind.
I'm trying to figure out how to.
Well, I think it's because the
You know what it is? It adds it to your items instead of your armor.
That's fucking annoying. Just because it's adding to items, it doesn't want to do it, right?
well, I think a large part of it is like you know how they have set classes and stuff. Because it's set to wizard, it probably won't allow you to add stuff to AC.
No,
Well,
that's-
actually, what
that
you, all you
doesn't
have
enter
to
into it.
do, all you have to do, is manually add a piece of armor to your armor listing,
All right.
and then modify it.
I'm
so
gonna
that
do this
it's
really
like-
quick because I'm gonna do this. Delete that. Add.
Where's armor? See offense, utility.
Bracers of defense. Oh wait, that's wrong.
And
Oh.
do
You did something now, and I don't know where. At least it automatically deleted it. Where is the armor stuff at?
You gotta click on the pencil first before you can add anything.
Is
I-
on the pen.
I do have it, but I'm trying to figure out where the armor listing is.
I think
right,
it's utility.
it's right above. It's right above the.
I'm looking at
regular
weapons, and I
items.
don't know where to go.
Go down
Oh,
past
okay,
the
there.
spell.
Shield. Okay, spells. Armor.
Oh,
Yeah, why is it? Okay. Add. Defense.
Yeah, you gotta basically add it.
oh, there it goes.
To your armor class item.
Two. Enter. There. Did it go now? I added it.
Let's take it off the pencil. See what happens. Nope.
The armor class hasn't changed.
No, it
No,
hasn't.
I added it. I thought.
It's there. Oh, I see. We probably okay.
No. It's like
2, and then here.
yeah, I think you're messing with something now. I didn't even get to finish.
Sorry. Let me put it back up.
I'm trying to. Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out how we're supposed to do this because I'm not sure. Yeah, I
let
tried
me do
entering that
something.
before and it didn't work.
You do something real quick. Go to the You can revoke access afterwards, but go to Velena's character settings and edit it and give me access to edit the sheet, and I can try to fix it.
Yeah, because we're trying to figure this out, and it's not working no matter what we throw at it.
Because I can't help you if I can't access the character sheet.
All right.
There, I think I should have allowed it now.
There we go, character sheet.
Yeah, we got the bracers in, and we typed it in to be a +2 AC, and it's saying to AC2, and it's not doing anything.
Let me see here. Oops. Sorry, that was not what I wanted to do.
Huh.
There it is.
It was the last number, I think. The first number is the base armor class for the armor.
Oh,
which,
okay.
Which it would look at that and go, oh wait, you have higher armor class than this already, so this doesn't do anything.
It would really be nice if they would be more clear on how this shit's scripted. That's annoying, and the fact that they don't automatically drop that in as armor is also extremely fucking annoying.
You also might want to remove the one from. I'll do it. There, done. Okay, you don't need to leave access for me if you don't want to. Although, if you do leave it, I could edit his spells later, so that they work properly.
We'll leave it for now. I don't assume that you're just gonna mess around with people's character sheets without asking.
Unless it's specifically just put in info that's supposed to be there.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. I think Theobald's only medium armor.
Because I'm not gonna be DMing.
Is he a life cleric?
He is a life cleric, technically, yeah.
He can wear heavy armor.
A lot of that's gonna be disadvantaged, though.
Yeah.
A lot of that's gonna be a disadvantage to stealth. I believe it also gives a negative to speed.
No, it doesn't give me negative speed, just disadvantage on stealth.
I think the speed disadvantage is only if your strength is too low when you're using it.
Oh, that's true. There's a strength requirement 13, strength requirement 15.
Right, so if you meet the strength requirement, you don't have a speed penalty.
He just barely meets all those strength requirements.
Now, if you try to equip armor you're not physically fit to use, then you'll have a speed disadvantage.
So yeah, Felina gets the bracers, which give her a +2. Geralt and Alzina both find their own different breastplates, which will, by the way, it's supposed to be 14 plus your dex. Add additional 1 to that because it's Atlantian.
Okay, I can modify that. But yeah, the last thing, like with the bracers, the last thing is the plus that you want to add. Breast.
And so since Theobald, actually, let me double check. I think I said he has heavy. Yes, he does. Actually, he does have heavy as proficiency in armor. I decided to just give him medium because it was at least easy enough stuff for him to start with. So yeah, as you're all looking around, and some of you picked out some outfits, he is looking around and sees one of the guys sitting off to one side, looks over him, looks over to a pile next to him, and finds this nice big splint mail just kind of sitting right next to the guy, and just goes,
"Whoa."
Yeah, he just kind of raises his eyebrows like, what? Okay. Actually, no. Am I going to split with Splint? Splint's a little bit fast for him. Actually, no. He's already had 17 armor for what now? Yeah, he's got scale.
No, I'm at 17. Ho, ho, ho.
That was plus his dex, so yeah, that's a 15. So 15, 16, 17. So yeah, that's a +2 to his AC for actually +3 if it's going to be adding the Atlantean stuff. So he finds this Atlantean splint and he's just like, holy cow, and kind of removes some of his old stuff, the heavier stuff, and starts putting on this nice big old suit of splint, and it's just like it's a little bit cumbersome, but it's something he looks like he could get used to pretty quickly.
Now I can sell the old armor.
Mm-hmm. The old armor goes on the shopping list. So that's the armor you guys find. Now, as you're also going over all the armor and weapons, Velena, you keep poking around in some of the caskets. You find another one that just drops another like 5 gold for you. And then the fourth one you decide to check out. I believe, and let me double check what you've got. Because I think, yeah, you got some staves and you got some daggers, and one of them can be thrown. Actually, is there a preferred weapon you like those two?
Staffs.
You prefer staff?
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's probably not going to throw daggers because she can just use cantrips instead.
Yeah, well, I
Yeah,
don't expect
and she
her
has
to be
a low
throwing
deck.
daggers. She doesn't have a dex for it, yeah. But you
Yeah.
can still use them for stabbing, but yeah.
Yeah.
So as you're poking around, you do find another 5 gold out of the fourth one, and you're just kind of like, eh. But as you're backing away from it, you do bump into something, and immediately look down to find this nice, high-quality quarterstaff. It looks to be partially made out of wood, but a lot of it seems to be more of that particular steel work. So that'd be a quarterstaff +1, technically. So you get a nice +1 bonus to your hit and a +1 to your damage. Speaking of which, Azina, you... Oh gosh, I'm trying to remember what you have available for weapons.
Pretty much everything, because they got more access to martial weapons from the School of Valor. But I prefer great swords.
You are preferring for a great sword?
Yeah, that's kind of my weapon of choice. Is big two-handed sword.
Okay, it doesn't take you too terribly long. You do find like one of the guys towards the front middle has this huge fucking great sword next to him. Looking it over, yeah, it looks to be more of that particularly bright steel, and you see some nice fine like. Matter of fact, it's kind of almost odd. As you're looking over the design of the hilt, it kind of looks like it's made out of a chain of mountains with a almost city depiction in the middle of it. Quite possibly would have been a decoration depicting back to Atlantis.
I kind of.
I will add very quickly that's technically a great sword +1.
Okay. I pick it up and I go, now this is a sword fit for the Queen of the Sea.
And this
Theobald
is...
once again kind of half turns to you as he's getting the new outfit on and just raises an eyebrow. He's kind of thinking to himself, am I amongst crazies and pirates? I swear.
And then
I worry.
Lena goes, picks up the staff and he goes, this is a staff fit for the Queen of the Dead. She goes, what?
Yeah, as soon as you just go like what, everyone just kind of
Yeah.
slowly looks.
I guess kind of go. You might not want to say that while we're in a crypt.
As Azina chastises you for saying that in the crypt, one of the skeletons falls over with a loud clunk. No further comment from the dead.
I'm just gonna edit my current greatsword on my character sheet.
Theobald does take a few minutes because this is a big suit. Garoff gets his new chest piece on pretty quickly. And the tassels do look nice, and it's a little bit more on him than just the usual loincloth. And some of the leather straps he uses to hold weapons and items to himself. As he finishes and as you're kind of waiting for Theobald, he also spots something that he's quite happy to see. He finds essentially an Atlantian battle axe, and like it kind of shares some of the design of your greatsword, Azina, but instead of depicting the city in between the mountains, it's literally just a depiction of the mountains, and he just kind of looks it over for a moment, recognizing the mountains as for what they are, and just like you almost hear him wanting to shout out Crom's name because anyone who knows about Crom is essentially the unspoken mountain god, and this just to suddenly have this big, fancy, old school battle axe of mountains depicted on near the handle is just like that's kind of coincidental. And as Fieldbold's kind of packing up and getting ready to go, he also finds a new +1 longsword for himself, and just like, oh, all right.
I kind of give the place like one more look over and see if there's any valuable jewelry sitting around.
Oh, I was kind of half expecting that. Yeah. Just a moment. Yeah, he's.
I'm just gonna look everything else to make sure we don't.
That was
We didn't miss
unintended.
anything.
Just-
Yeah, I guess I'll roll investigation.
Just a moment. I have to update the NPCs now too. So if I edit this, it says 1d8 plus strength and a plus again. So do I just add a 1 there?
Huh? Oh, for the
weapons.
weapons. Like hold on. When you go and edit a weapon, yeah, you'll see the thing where it's like 1d whatever, and like the blank spot after strength is where you put the +1.
Yeah. So after the plus after strength is where you put a 1 if it's an additional +1. Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So that there, and where do I add the +1 for his roll to hit? Because I believe it's a 1 to hit and a +1 to damage, correct?
I think. Oh yeah, I didn't even think about that.
Melee attack +4 plus dot plus
Yeah,
strength +1 again there after the
Yeah.
strength.
Yeah, that would have to be what it is. In fact, let me make sure mine's working properly. Yeah, that's where you put it.
All right. So his longsword's been upgraded for at least the basic one. So for the versatile, +1, +1.
Yeah, I changed the name of my greatsword from just greatsword.
Yeah, I'm updating his longsword to Atlantian longsword really quick, and I believe I said he gets splint mail, yes?
Yeah.
Yeah, basically I was like, if you guys roll high enough and look around near that pool, you guys are going to get a shitload of stuff you're going to need to help fight these guys. Especially since after that test fight, I'm like, I'm holding back a little bit on this, and you guys are having a tough time of it. So the splint mail.
Funny thing is, after we finish looting this room, we're probably gonna have to stop for the night.
Just about. It almost figures that I make a dungeon, even if it's a quick one, it's either going to take all night or we're going to split it in half.
Oh, we also took forever to get started.
Mm-hmm. It took a little while, but we didn't take that terribly long. Come on. Run Roll20 wants to be slow. Oh, sweetness. I can just drag and drop this assumably. And yep. Wow. Yeah, the cleric has just become a tank.
He's the one guy that can wear heavy armor, so it kind of makes sense.
Mm-hmm. So he's all nice and updated. Garoth.
Garoth is made of beef, while the cleric is covered in beef.
Yes. It's really neat. Made of meat or covered in meat? You make the call. And add these. Come on, there we go. And in versatile. And for the first time ever, a barbarian with a breastplate.
Thing is, though, Theobald has to have some inkling that my character's a pirate because of the freaking hat.
Well, the hat is unusual, definitely of a sea person, but the way you've been kind of talking up, he's starting to go, I'm not certain that you're just a merchant and not a pirate.
I'm pretty sure I can sell it to him, though. I have a speech plan for him if he doesn't like the idea of piracy.
Yo, fiddly-dee. Being a pirate is okay with me. Okay, so you said you wanted to search for jewels, yes?
Jewelry or jewels.
Alright, give me a search.
Investigation?
Yep.
Yeah, investigation.
Search check, investigation.
Darn.
Wah, wah, wah. What are these shiny things you're talking about? I love this staff. Azina kind of starts to scour the room one more really good time. You see a couple of the bodies might have some nice looking jewelry on them. You see maybe a few small piles next to some of the thrown bodies that might have, some coinage, a few gems, a few, rubies, diamonds, emeralds, just various nice stones that they just left their dead because why not?
I shove all of it in my backpack.
Just start shoveling a whole bunch of stuff in there, just grabbing any jewelry that they're not going to be using anymore, and yoink it.
Yoink.
Yep, I will give you more definite numbers later, but yeah, I kind of just figured there's probably a bunch of loose stuff just here, there. Not huge stacks because, they're not going to leave everything with them, obviously. But there's enough there that it's worth grabbing.
Yeah.
And that's your last pass of the room, and it's pretty much been fairly looted by a lot of you. You've got everything you could possibly want to carry off with, at least for the time being.
Yeah. As we're getting ready to leave, I look back at the crypt and all the bodies and stuff, and I just kind of take a bow and go, "A pleasure doing business with you."
Don't mock your ancestors, and then the barbarian goes down into the water.
And then Valena, oh gosh, Valena looks back at the crypt, sees all dead bodies, goes, "We can be friends later when I get stronger."
and it just gives a curtsy and then just swims back out.
Just
I just-
went through the
I-
stones.
I just kind of look at Theobald and go, "We cannot let her come back here."
Theobald kind of blinks, looks around, nods a yes, and then nods a no, just like, yeah, never come back.
It's bad enough that we took their stuff. We're not going to animate their bodies.
You have done enough damage to this room. Constitution checks. Not that it matters really. Oh wow, the barbarian goes through just fine this time. Just make sure you don't instantly drown.
Oh my gosh.
Gosh, what was that? Okay, that's at least it wasn't a fail. So, Theobald usually is taking out the back of the line just to make sure that the back is protected. And as everyone else is passing, he sees Valena have a freak out moment as she suddenly finds herself short of breath. And you suddenly just feel the cleric quickly push you to keep you going faster and get you through the hole in time before you run out of breath.
She pops out of the water, flipping her hair, and with the light, and then you hear this. Oh yeah, whatever happened to your unseen servant? Did you leave him behind?
It probably ran out in the time you guys were looting. I only spent a half hour or more in there. That or
Yeah.
you still see a floating torch.
Either way, I don't think he's going to last much longer, so I just carry the stick.
Alrighty.
Or I kind of just shove it in my belt so that it's, you know. I recast light on it because that would probably be running close to an hour as well.
Yeah. So that being said, you all are done with that. Now you have 2 doors to look through.
What's actually that'd be a weird thing for Valena to do, but she grabs the skull, spins around, and rolls it like just to see where it goes, and that'll be the door she goes.
Oh, just to like see which one to go in?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna roll die for the skull. If it rolls a 1, you go to the left. If it rolls a 2, you go right. You're going to the left.
So Valena says, let's go left.
And the barbarian knows to keep to at least rush after you to make sure you don't run ahead and get into trouble.
I go up to the door, and I try to. I'm going to try to open it quietly. So would that be sleight of hand?
I think that maybe, yeah, either sleight of hand or stealth.
I think that would be a sleight of hand, yeah. Alright. You slowly check the doorknob, give it a little twist, and seems to easily enough just pull open. As you look inside and slowly peek further and further, first things you see just seems to be a relatively normal, narrow room. Nothing much to worry about. But then as you fully open the door and look across... You see 3 distinct blood trails, and you see, as you look to what might have caused them, you do see slits on either side of the wall.
Oh.
I kind of look at Gareth and Theobald and go, there's definitely traps in that room.
And Geralt takes a peek, stands back up. Theobald kind of looks in. Oh my. Yeah, that looks like trouble.
The question is how to disarm that. I pick up the skull that Valena rolled over here. I just chuck it into the middle of the room.
You just chuck it towards the middle? Well, let's see. Okay, yeah, you hit it. You see it bounce like right about here. Have the wrong cursor. There we go. See it bounce right about here, and you hear something click, and immediately you see 3 blades swap. The far back one and the far front one swing from your right to your left, and the middle one swings from the left to the right.
Blades or pendulum blades?
They're essentially like pendulum blades. They just swing once and stop.
All right.
That's a problem. I'm assuming Garoth and Theobald saw that.
Gareth is definitely giving it a side eye, and Theobald's like, "Holy hell!" All right.
You hear from the back, "Don't blaspheme."
Question is there a way for us to disarm these?
That's a good question. Is
The
it
thing
in
is,
this room?
I'm not a rogue, so I don't got like thieves' tools.
Wait, do we have a rope?
I have a silk rope.
Because I have a crazy idea. What if we try to lasso in one of the blades and try to get it stuck in the middle, and we can tie it down so it won't move?
Hold on a second. I just thought of something. I have a really nasty idea. I can't disarm the traps, but I can just cast Shatter on the area and try to wreck them.
What does Shatter do exactly again?
It basically creates like a sonic burst in like a small, like a circular radius. It's like kind of like a mini fireball as far as how much area it hits, and it can damage non-living objects.
Okay, I'm looking up to see if, what those specifics were again. Because I did have these up before, and now I didn't think of bringing it back up again. Yeah, for today. Okay, here we go. Attack rolls, yada yada yada. I don't think it really has hit points per se, so I might have to make those up on the fly.
I think the item itself has to make some kind of saving throw to see if it breaks or not.
So, tell me, what does Shatter do exactly again? Sorry.
It creates a loud burst of noise. You know, like the kind of thing that would cause like all the windows in like a freaking house to burst.
Okay.
And it does 3d8 damage on a failed save, half damage on a. Actually, yeah, it just would damage the things unless they're magical.
Okay, let's see. No, it's better for eruption. What guys before he carries damage?
Triggering spell, trap effects.
Oh, Constitution saving throw. Takes 3d8 under.
It takes 3d8 or half that if they succeed at the saving throw, but I don't know how a non-living thing without stats would make a saving throw.
Important thing to note: a sudden, loud ringing noise painfully intense erupts from the point where you choose a choice within range.
So if you do cast it, it will make a loud noise.
Yeah, like anything that's in here will hear it, but it's better than getting hit by a blade.
Fair enough.
And honestly, for maximum impact, we could throw something to activate the trap again, and then I could cast it as the blades are swinging out.
I'll go get a skull.
That's not the.
You had a plan for us to try and disarm this, but you forgot none of us are thieves.
No, it's not that. I was like, I thought I had a few ideas, but now I can't even find. I thought there was like actually more stats than what I'm having here, and now I can't seem to find any of them. Okay, that's how much damage it can do and how much it tries to hit for. Actually, that's how much you guys have to roll to save for, and how much of attack bonus it gets.
The sad thing is, if those bloodstains weren't there, I probably would have just walked straight into it and got hit.
See, I purposely put them there because I'm like, I want to tempt you. You know what? Sure, we'll give Shatter a try and see what it does.
See how much damage it does?
Yeah, we'll see how much it can try and do if it does manage to do
So
anything,
Valena's gonna go get another skull for Azina.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna have like Gareth or Theobald throw it, and then I'll cast Shatter on the blades when they come out.
Okay. You want them to throw something. Okay.
Yeah, have Gareth throw. Well, he probably won't want to throw a skull.
Well, what else is there in here to throw?
Geralt just literally picks a stone off the ground.
You see what I'm pinging, right?
He just looks at Velena, shakes his head. Your ancestors. And tosses the rock in.
Yeah, and I cast Shatter. Let's see how much damage it'll do.
Actually, yeah, we could throw the.
Well, let me see if he manages to roll and hits it. Okay, yeah, he sets it up to go again. And you roll 9 damage.
9 damage. Not the most, but it did. Should have done something.
What kind of roll does it need to be to save?
Constitution saving throw. Has to roll 12 or higher.
Has to roll a 12 or higher. The trap rolls a natural 17.
Still took 5 damage.
So it took 5 damage. What
Is it
you
possible
managed to do is the axes now swipe twice more before finally stopping. You essentially set off all 3 plates of the trap.
So that didn't work.
I guess I have an idea that's a little crazy too, but I'm gonna drag this body, give it to Garov.
And the barbarian's not looking at you like, why me all the time?
You're gonna have him try to use the body as a shield, basically, just to catch the blade?
Just throw it on the pressure plates.
Yeah, but what are we gonna do? You want me to cast Shatter again?
I'm gonna cast Magic Missile.
Actually, Geralt kind of looks at you and hears your plan, and he's like, actually, give me a moment. He actually still takes the body in there, drags it in, plops it down, and you see the axis start swinging and swinging and swinging. And you see him kind of raise both hands as he's watching their rhythmic swing, and he reaches out to grab one. And we're going to strength check him.
Wouldn't that be like an athletics check, maybe?
Um,
Because he might have an extra bonus on top of his strength if it's an athletics
that's
check.
true. Yeah, that would be an athletics, which would definitely give him a bonus. So this is a feat of strength essentially. So yeah, it'd be an athletics.
Oh, yeah.
Oh! And you see him reach out as they're swinging and swinging. He manages to grab the closest one to him. The other 2 are still swinging, and he's holding on to this, and he's straining, and he's gritting his teeth, and he's just trying to. He's literally trying to. He's got it like by the middle of the shaft, and he's trying to snap it. And since I want him to roll at least twice to make sure he does it. Oh, and also I need to make sure. Yeah, he rolled normal. Okay.
I was gonna say I could run in and hit the shaft, the upper part of the shaft with my sword while he's trying to.
That's high enough still, and as you see him straining, it's straining to move too, and you just hear a loud snap as he finally just bends the wood and it breaks in half. You just see the upper half swinging back and forth now as the other 2 keep going.
I go, well, now you could use that one to hit the other ones.
Well, yeah, actually, as a matter of fact, it's not a bad plan, as he does step forward to the next one and just tries to take a big arcane swing at it. And this is going to still be more or less a athletics check to see if he can keep damaging the other ones, or at least stop this one so he can grab it. Oof. He's bounced back. He blinks and just drops it and tries to go in at bare hands again. Yeah! Poof! He swung against the far wall. He doesn't really take any damage, but he's now kind of like, His first attempt was his best one.
I go, let me try again. I tell him to back out. I stop right before. So we took out the one that swings here, right?
He took care of the one that swings right there. So the other two are still going.
All right, so I'm gonna, as the one in front of me passes, I'm gonna try casting Thunder Wave to hit it.
Okay.
It's kind of like Shatter, but it's only an area of the area effect is around me, which is why I told him to get back out of the room.
Okay.
So I'm probably only gonna be able to hit the ones directly in front of me with this, but
show me what
roll
you
20.
got.
It's lagging. It's not rolling. Let me see if
Lag source.
Oh, there we go. It's because it had the freaking. There we go. Oh my God, that's fuck. Even if it doesn't save, that's
I
shit
hate to be the
damage.
bearer of bad news, but here's the worst thing about it. Because there's a dead creature right there on the pressure plates, and the way Thunder Wave works, it has no chance of making a deck save because it's dead. So it's probably going to be pushed off the pressure plates.
Oh, he
with
wasn't
Thunder
aiming it
Wave.
at the creatures though. He was aiming at the blades.
Well, it technically hits everything around me, but at the same time, that doesn't really affect the plate I'm standing on. We just move the creature back if that happens.
Yeah. So the blades keep you hear a ping, but the blades just keep swinging like it's nothing.
Alright,
So as the blades are swinging, can I try to cast magic missile on them?
I'm gonna check something. Actually, Theobald's gonna try and give Geralf's plan a try because they obviously don't want you to spend your spells before you're on
Right.
something like this right away.
Right.
So I'll give it a try. Here, give me a moment, and he kind of just creeps up on it like Geralf did, more or less. Just kind of times it out, watching it carefully, and not nearly as athletic, but he'll give it a shot. Oh yeah, he finally grabs it, digs his feet in, keeps trying to pull, starts to slip. Geralt actually comes in and starts to give him help, so that's going to give him advantage. As both big, brawny, burly men are now trying to pull at it. Oh yeah! Snap! The second one's fine, snaps like a twig, and now both of them are gonna... Geralt just kind of
question.
nods to him to go to the right, Geralt goes to the left, and both of them kind of slowly moving like they're about ready to pounce on the last blade.
I have a question.
Mhm.
Does necrotic damage affect anything other than flesh?
I'm not entirely sure. That's some deep lore I would have to look into.
Alright. Because I have a cantrip code. Oh my gosh, why did I think of that before? I could just use prestidigitation to light a fire on it until the end burns off.
You might have to keep repeating that because I think it takes a bit for it to actually like be a real fire. It'll be like you scorch it slightly and then it swings so fast that it puts itself out.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's like, we got time. It's
You got
like how much
time, but it's
what-
gonna be a long ass fucking time.
Okay, so would chill touch affect the blade, though, is my question.
Oh my god! Okay, don't even need to roll second one. That one.
Alright.
The barbarian and the cleric just immediately pounce at the same time. They both grab the blade as it struggles to try and turn. Literally, Geralt quickly moves to the other side of it, gives it a twist up as Theobald pushes, and you just hear the third one snap. The big brawny men just went at it as a tag team and just broke all the traps. And you just see these 3 sticks sticking out of the ceiling now, swinging back and forth.
I go, as we're we're getting to the end of the room. I go, well, on the way back out, we might want to actually take those blades. They might be worth something.
Kind of look at them. They don't look as nearly as fancy as the Atlantian stuff, and it's like, maybe.
Actually, well, we could salvage that stuff to make traps of our own if we need to.
That is probably a more true statement. That is a possibility. But with that being said, I do. We are 7 minutes past our usual time, so we're going to have to call it there for today.
Okay.
All right.
So thanks to everybody watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I hope you too enjoyed the game tonight. And we'll continue this next time. Have a good night.